Hi, happy Friday. This is Christine with ChristineLeaser.com. This week has been a little bit busy. I didn't write a blog post. I didn't create a whole lot of astrology to talk about. Well, I didn't create the astrology, but I did want to talk about the new moon in Capricorn yesterday, which we talked about last week a little bit. But if you've got things that you want to get started, if you have some ambitions and some business related things or things that you just want to get started that are kind of a big ambitious deal, now's the time. So plant your seeds to create whatever it is that you want to create. Get started now. And that's what I have to say about that. So I've got a bunch of stuff that I'm working on, and I'm using the astrology of this week to really get it together. Next week, I'm not going to be here for the live. I'm actually going to be at StarCon in West Palm Beach, Florida. If you're in the area or if you're going, please stop by and say hello. I'm actually facilitating the Bardic Circle on Saturday night, which should be a great time. It's StarCon, STAARCON.com, and it really should be a lot of fun. So join us if you can. They're also doing it online. So if you want to do a hybrid, you want to do it completely online, there will be options that are very affordable. And if you want to be there in person, that's going to be great fun. So let's get started. I see we've got nobody here so far today. So I think maybe moving forward, we're going to try some different times. I don't think Friday night is really the best time to do this. So that being said, we're going to do tonight and then see what happens. If you have a preference, if you have a time that would work better for you, please leave it in the comments, and I'll see what I can do to get that handled. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We've had some severe weather here in Florida. I know you've had it all over the country. But it's been pretty cold here, and it's not snowing like up north, but it's pretty bad. Anyway, so let's say, how is the weather going to be in Central Florida for this weekend? So we've got the Hierophant, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. And that kind of speaks to me that it's going to be more of the kind of weather we're used to mid to late January in Florida, instead of it being like 38 degrees, which it was. And then we've got the Seven of Pentacles. You know, this could really be speaking to the idea that it might be time in Central Florida to start your planting, to start your seedlings inside. And we've got the Page of Swords, which is, just exploring new ideas and new ways of looking at things. So I think that it's going to start to warm up a little bit here, and we're going to have some better weather than we've been having, which is really good because I'm driving 3.5 hours on Thursday. But it should be a lot warmer in West Palm than it is up here in Ocala. Okay. So what else do we have going on? What do I need to know about the new things that I'm doing? My new offerings. I've got a bunch of them. Okay, we've got the Page of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. So, Page of Wands. new passions, new ideas, new creative endeavors, which is what I'm doing. The Queen of Swords, which is my card. This is my significator. Um, a woman in charge of her own stuff, a woman who knows what she wants, who is not afraid to speak her mind and stands behind the things that she says and the things that she believes. And the Eight of Wands, to watch the messages. So I would say create these endeavors that I'm looking to create, have the courage of my convictions behind it. You know, don't be afraid to open your mouth. I don't strike you as the kind of person who's afraid to open their mouth, do I? I didn't think so. And the Eight of Wands, watch the messages and watch the messages that I receive from feedback from other people, but also the messages that maybe the universe is sending to me, maybe our higher selves or our spirit guides or whatever that may be, whatever words you prefer for those things, whether it's God, goddess, universe, higher self, higher power. Watch the messages that are coming from those things, those entities. I do have I'm in the process of doing it. It's almost done, but I've created a small course on manifesting with vision boards. And this time I wanted to do a be, do, have. And those are the things I think it's important that be is your first option. So the things you want to be: an activist, more creative, musical, healthier. And then the things you want to do. I want to travel. I want this year to I'd like to go to Ireland. I'd like to go to Scotland. I'd like to go to the beach more often than I do. So, and then the things that you want to have, that could be material, that could be emotional, whatever it is that you want to have. And I'm listing those three things, and we're going to do some video around it so that I can kind of show you how to do it. If you want to sign up for my mailing list, which gets all the information of all the things that I'm doing, the link is below. It's ChristineLeiser.com, Leiser. And you can sign up for my newsletter there, which will give you access to all the things that I'm doing. So that's me. I see we have two people here, but nobody's saying anything. You want to go ahead and ask a question? I don't know what I just did with the cards, but there we go. So if you're here and you want to ask a question, I'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, let's see. How about I don't know. No questions, nothing? I can see that you're here. I'd love to talk to you. So if you want to say something, please go ahead. Ask a question, tell me about your day. I'd love to hear from you. So let's see. Is anyone going to ask a question? Well, I've got, 3s and 3s and 9s. So, yes, I think so. I think that we can celebrate our week together, the end of the week. We have another 3, the 3 of Pentacles. A job well done, knowing what you're doing, being good at what you do, really knowing your stuff. And then we've got the 9 of Pentacles, which is, to me, very comfortable, having what you need, being comfortable in your own skin. Some people look at this as a card of being taken care of by someone else financially, but I don't see that necessarily. I think this is a woman who is comfortable with herself, that does her own thing, that is able, there we go, that is able to make her decisions based on her abundance and her thoughts of abundance. This is my favorite card. I know I've said that before, but I love that card. So, what do you think of that? Here we got the Wheel of Fortune jumped out at me. So, in this situation, I might think, okay, everything goes around and has a season, and people are waiting for the timing to be right to ask their question. What do you think? Hi, Pop Girl. I remember you. How are you? Do you have a specific question or just a general kind of? All right, let's just do a general and then you can ask me whatever question you have. I'm very good. Thank you. Okay. We've got the Seven of Swords, which to me, that means like somebody's getting away with something, or either you're getting away with something, or somebody else is getting away with something. Oh, general around Jesse. What is he hiding? When will we reconcile? Okay, so again, I think somebody is getting away with something. Someone is not being completely above board. We have the Queen of Pentacles, which is a grounded female energy, that a Queen of Pentacles surrounding Jesse. I think this is a good card. I think with the Seven of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, it's sort of like opposites of each other. Like this woman is very above board and this guy is not so much. So is you believe Jesse's hiding something? So then we have the Death card, and the Death card is basically the end of a situation, the like coming full circle, like closing that door. Is that something you're considering with him, or is this, I'm just assuming Jesse is a man. I should not do that. So, is there something around Jesse that you feel like isn't being above board? Yes, he's a man. Okay. I'm sorry. I should not have assumed. Old habits but die hard, right? So I feel like okay, we have the Lovers, the Queen of Swords, and the Star. So I have a feeling this is more about you than it is Jesse, but the Lovers isn't always about the lovers. I feel like it's about choices, it's about you having choices. You think he ended a relationship with another person he was involved with? This is choices. This could be he's making choices regarding that. The Queen of Swords. Again, I feel like this is more about you. That you are not afraid to speak your mind, that you will be able to say what it is that you need, what it is that you want. And the Star, I'm this is kind of a little confusing because the Star for me is usually um, a celebration of self, of shining, of alchemy of creating something that's greater than the sum of their parts, but that doesn't seem to really speak to another person. I've been focusing, okay, Pop Girl says, I've been focusing more on myself, but have just been wondering about him, missing him. I'm sorry. It does feel like that's where you should be focused, is on yourself. That's what the cards are pretty much saying. And I know it's hard to miss someone. Hey Trey, I'll be right with you. If you have a specific question, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just do a general poll. But Pop Girl, I feel like that's what you should be doing. Oh, okay, so we've got the Fool, which is a grand adventure, right? It's like we're getting started on something, and it feels solitary. Like it feels like you need to figure out your stuff before you can give to someone else and wind up with that happy family situation that it sounds like you're looking for. So I think you're on the right path. I think, missing him and wondering about him is completely normal, but I think that you are right on with focusing on yourself and getting yourself in order. Hi, Lalima. Hi, how are you? Am I pronouncing that right? Okay, Trey, you're up next. Pop Girl, if that resonates, let me know. And Trey, just a general reading for the new year. Lalima, okay. General reading for Trey. Pop Girl says, thank you. I agree. I feel I'm on the right path with self-love. That is, okay, first of all, that's the hardest lesson, at least for me. It's the hardest lesson to learn, but the most important, right? Okay. I don't know what I'm doing with these cards tonight. There we go. Trying to get everything ready for the trip this week, and I'm kind of all over the place. I tend to overthink things and overpack things. So that's what's happening. All right, Trey's card. Trey, are you carrying too much? Do you feel burdened? Do you feel like you need to figure out what to carry and what to let go of? Because that's what it sounds like. Is there something in your life that's kind of going like that? And the Three of Wands, which is, okay, so we've got the 10 of Wands and the 3 of Wands. And this guy, he's tired, right? He's just tired. He doesn't know, or maybe he does know what needs to be put down, but he hasn't quite done it yet. And then this guy is kind of, enjoying the fruits of his labor. Like things are starting to happen. So I think in order to do that, you need to know what to put down and what to focus on, right? Okay. So, Lalima, do you have a question or just general? Oh, hi, Lisa. You've got the same thing as Pop Girl, so I didn't see you. I'll get right to you. That is true. Okay, Trey. You have a good night, too. Thank you for stopping by, Trey. Thanks for being here. Okay, Lalima. What a pretty name. Okay. The King of Pentacles. Is there a man in your life, or is there a masculine energy in your life that's kind of in charge of the finances? And it's not making you super happy. But you have the wherewithal to get out of whatever this is. You have everything that you need. Is that something that you're dealing with? Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles, which is kind of a slow, steady pace. Like, make sure you know where you're going. Okay, you're actually thinking of your own career. Okay, so maybe that is someone who is your boss or someone who's in charge of the hiring. You're stressed as you're moving slow. This says that moving slow is kind of where you need to be right now. And to allow yourself to feel the emotions, to not worry so much about how things are practical, but let your emotions also guide what it is you're doing. And then there's something murky here. There's something not quite obvious. Is there something at your job that you're having a hard time figuring out? Or is it that you're looking for a career? I can't see if people are typing. Okay. Lalima, not a job. This is an exam to move abroad to work. Okay. So is there a masculine energy who's might be in charge of making that decision? And that could be the murkiness. Yeah. So it's not so very obvious. I would say yes. I would say keep moving in that direction. Do what needs to be done. Allow yourself to feel the emotions. Sometimes our emotions and our intuition are really good indicators of what we're doing, whether we're going on the right path. Hi, Annie. How are you? I will absolutely get to you. We've got Lisa next. Lisa would like a general reading. Okay. So, Lisa, a lot of court cards tonight. Okay, so the King of Swords is being in charge of your thoughts, your speech, the things that you're saying to people. Notice where you might be not thinking about what you're speaking, what you're saying before you say it. And then the Three of Pentacles, which is, like, you know what you're doing. I don't really have an idea of what your question might be, but to me, this would either be career, that you are very good at your job and you know what you're doing and you have accolades from other people, or personally, you're just good at what you're doing and you have the confidence to do it. And then the Chariot, you're full steam ahead. You know where you're going. You know what you're doing. It's sort of like take the bull by the horns and let's get going, right? Do you feel like that might be that resonates for you? Is that where it's going, Lisa? Okay, well, we wait for Lisa. Annie would like to know if Andre and I are going to have a reconciliation and in how much time, or is it definitely over? Okay, this is a tough one. So Andre and Annie, what is the status of their relationship? Oh, okay. So we've got the Six of Wands, which is a victory, which is, you're coming in strong. You have done the work that you need to do, and you're coming in to enjoy the accolades. And then the Knight of Swords, which is like, let's go, gung-ho, let's get it done. And then the Ten of Swords, which is, I wouldn't say it's great for the idea of the relationship. Like, I might say with the Ten of Swords it's going to be hard to bring that back. But let's pull another card because that's pretty finite, right? Let's see where it goes. The High Priestess. I think inside, you know what needs to be done. You know what you need. And I don't know if Andre is capable of giving that to you. The Tower. Unless it has a strong foundation, it cannot stand. He's not. He's not what? Okay, Lisa says that definitely fits what's going on. Sometimes I just need the reassurance that I'm on the right track. We all need that reassurance. Okay. So Lisa, I'm glad. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your input. So Annie says he's capable to give me what I need. Okay. So if he's capable of giving you what you need, all right, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. This is a whole lot of court cards tonight. So this is a grounding energy that you have everything you need inside you. And then the Death card, which says that something's going to change, that something has to end in order to bring forth something else, which could be within the same relationship. And then the Hermit, which again speaks to you have the wisdom that you need inside you. Like the Queen of Pentacles has everything that she needs. And the Hermit has the wisdom to know what is needed. I feel like, I don't know. Let me pull another couple of cards, Annie. Okay, so you've got the Page of Wands, which is, okay, new passions, new ideas. And then we've got the Ace of Cups, which is, new love and new emotions. And then the Devil, I almost feel like he might be holding you back. I mean, nothing is ever no, absolutely not, or yes, absolutely. There's always some nuancing. I feel like he might not be giving you what you need. I know you say he's capable of giving you what you need, but is he showing up for that? Because it feels like it's not really going that well for you. Does that make sense? And I mean, Annie, we can manifest all the things that we want to manifest. The question is, he's not capable of giving you what you need. Then there's your answer, right? And if he's not capable of giving you what you need, then why give him the time to do it, right? Yeah, I would say you have a new adventure. This is a new way of looking. Why can't I get these? All right, see. There we go. Enjoy the adventure. That's you. You've got a whole new situation coming. That's all about you. That's about what you need and where you're going and what you're up to. And I love the Fool. I love the Fool as a card when you kind of don't know where it is that you want to head. And it's, enjoy the adventure. There's an old adage that, take the leap and the net will appear. And I love that because I leap off cliffs all the time. So yeah, let's go for a new adventure then. Absolutely, Annie. I think that that's the way to look at it. Okay. When something is over, it makes room for something new to appear. And this might not just be about romantic relationships, but this is like a coming together of, it could even be the two parts of yourself. Oh, Annie, you're very welcome. I really appreciate you being here. I hope that that resonates. And I think that you really have some new adventures coming your way. And who needs him anyway? Right? So, might be putting my own stuff in there, but we'll see. So, you're very welcome, Annie. That makes sense a little bit for you. That does. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's someone else here that isn't saying anything. Annie, yes, that makes sense. Perfect. I'm so glad. Sometimes we give people access to ourselves that don't really deserve the access. And sometimes it's up to us to be like, you know what? No, that's it's not going to work for me anymore. So I hope that helps. I hope you enjoy your new adventure. Okay, so we have time for another couple of questions if there's anybody here that has anything they'd like to go over. Again, we're not going to be here. I'm not going to be here next week. I'm going to be at StarCon. So, yes, Lisa said, remember to like the video. Please like the video. Annie said, love makes you blindly stupid most of the time. But here's the thing. If you're in a relationship with someone who has mutual respect, you both respect one another, you both giving to one another, you're generous with your time and emotion with each other, then the stupid kind of lessens. Not that you can't be stupid anymore, but you can have good love too. And you deserve it. Everybody deserves it. So that's what I have to say. Yes, please like the video. Please subscribe, ring the little bell if you want to get notified when I go live. After StarCon, I'm intending to do some new things and some new lives and some new kind of different ways to read, and we'll see what happens. But I'd love it if you stuck around and subscribed. That would be great. Does anybody have another question before we wrap it up? Lisa, you'll be going virtually on Saturday. I'm doing the Bardic Circle on Saturday night. So if you're in the audience, just wave. It should be a lot of fun. The more I learn about who's going to be there and who's presenting, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I look forward to seeing you virtually. And thank you for the reminder to tell people to like the video. I'm really getting much better at that, but I still forget all the time. So thank you. All right, is that it? Annie said, someone new for me in 2024. If anyone wants to ask nothing more, I would like. Okay, so is there someone, and I think, all right, let's just pull a card. Is there going to be someone new for Annie in 2024? Oops. I dropped all the cards. So I think it's a definite possibility. We've got, the Two of Cups, which I think we got for you earlier. So, yeah, I would think that there's a distinct possibility. Be cautious with your resources. Make sure that you're not overdoing anything. Be open to new emotions. The Knight of Cups, he's kind of the romance guy, right? So I would say it's real possible, and that use protection. Or, this is a card of creativity and being in charge of your own creativity, your own way of doing things. Do I see pregnancy? So the Empress is definitely pregnant, but that doesn't always mean pregnancy. I would say if you don't want to be pregnant, make sure you're careful. If you do want to be pregnant, that's up to you. Just remember who you're going to have that child with. Make sure that either you want to do it on your own and you're okay with that, or make sure that they're a good person to raise. You can never be 100% sure about anyone, but if you have a good feeling about them. But ooh, we keep repeating these same cards over and over again. Okay. This is generosity, right? And then the Queen of Swords is not being afraid to speak your truth. Make sure that you're saying what you need to say. And then again, something's murky, something's under the water, something isn't clearly seen. And then the Ace of Swords, be open to new ideas. Hi, Lynn. Hi, 80s babe. Baby. Okay, Lynn, you need to end things with, what do you mean? Your marriage. I did that a few years ago. It's not easy, but so the Five of Wands, is there a battle over maybe possessions? Maybe is there like a competition of sorts? Are there children involved? So this speaks to me that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, right? And that you're overseeing your situation and kind of taking stock as to what you have. And he has a third party. Oh, okay. Well, then he needs to go, right? So I'm sorry. It's never easy, right? So I think that you have the resources, be open to other resources, not just financially. Oh, 18 years. Oh, that's boo. We don't like him. So be open to new support systems, to ideas about finance. The Lovers, which, so he's looking at her and she's looking up at the angel. And I would think that that's where your focus is, not on him, but on moving forward, right? And then the Knight of Pentacles, which is still moving forward, but make sure you've got all your I's dotted and your T's crossed, and just make sure that you're covered on all aspects, that you don't forget to include something or forget about a resource. He took your business. So then that page of Pentacles and the new sources of income, of ideas about income, and you're working 3 jobs now. I'm so sorry. You know, let's see. Hey, Cece. Yeah, absolutely. You can have a reading. Okay. So we've got the Three of Wands, which has come up like 18 times tonight. Surveying what you have and what your strengths are, what you've got coming in. And then this guy, the Seven of Swords. He's running away with something, right? He took it. He knows that he was doing something wrong, but there he is. And then you've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is a whole new chapter, a whole new way of looking at it. And that's what I would hold on to, Lynn. I would hold on to the fact that you are super capable and that this is a ding. This is definitely a knock, but he's not in charge the rest of your life, right? You are. And you have these choices, and you can survey what it is that you have, what your strengths are, and how you can move forward with them. And well, you know what, Lynn? Age is only a number. I'm 58 and I'm starting a whole new situation. So I wouldn't let that affect the choices. Like, don't look at it like, oh, I'm 61, and because everyone can start over. Everyone. Like I said, I'm 58. I completely gave up a career that I just hated anymore. I just hated it. I built websites since 1998, and like 30 years in, no, I don't want it. So I just started this whole other thing, and you can do it too. You blew what? I don't understand. Okay, while Lynn is answering, I'm going to go to CC Sagittarius, a general love reading. Okay. You didn't blow your chance, Lynn. There are so many chances. Please don't think that way. There are, tomorrow is another chance. So I hope that you're able to just leave that behind. Okay, Cece, love reading. Okay. So I don't know if you're in a relationship, but the Hierophant speaks of tradition, right? Of doing things the way they've always been done, that without room for new things. Like, think of, so is the Hierophant, which could be the priest, the cardinal, the whatever religion you're in. And these are the guys, that are kind of listening to what he has to say. And it's sort of like, I think of it like the priest when you were a kid, and how Cece says they're definitely single. Okay, so maybe look in a traditional setting, maybe meet someone through a friend or a group, and you reap what you sow. So if you're looking for a relationship, put in the work, put in the ideas, whether it's, could it be that you could find someone through a hobby like gardening? Like, is there a gardening club, if that's kind of what you're into? Or whatever hobby or interest that you have. And then we've got the King of Pentacles, who's grounded and stable. And I don't know if this is someone you might want to have a relationship with, or if this is you, or if you're the grounded, stable, the one who brings everything to the situation. Okay. Okay. Is that, are you looking for a relationship, Cece? Is that what you like to be called? I never know what to call people. Okay. So, and really just watch, pay attention to the messages you get. It's something that somebody says in passing or something that you read that kind of sticks in your brain and you say, huh, I wonder if that has something to do with what I'm looking at. Just wanted to see if love was coming my way. You know, it absolutely can be. I think love is always coming our way, even if it's not the kind of love that we expected. But if you're talking about romantic love, I think you got some good indications that, you know, the King of Pentacles. And here's the messages again. So look at what's in the wind. Listen to what people are saying. Signs that you get from the universe. And I think that that's where your answer is. What do you think? Okay, 80s babe. I was guided here for a message, but I really don't know what to ask. I know I have a higher purpose. So what do I need to do? What am I not doing? This is a really good question. Cece says, I'll take it. Thanks. You're very welcome. Thank you for being here. Like the video if you feel like it. Subscribe if you want to be notified when I'm going live. Ring that little bell. Okay, what is 80s babe's purpose? What do they need to do? Okay. Okay, so I feel like it might have something to do with your childhood, something that you learned or did in your childhood. This is kind of a nostalgia card, and I might look there for what my purpose is. Then we have the Eight of Cups, which is walking away from something that's not working. Maybe where you have been focused isn't exactly where you are going to find the most gold, right? And then the Tower. And I love it when I drop the Tower, right? So you need a solid foundation. If you don't have a solid foundation, it doesn't matter what you do. So I think that I would say, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you. Lisa says, remember to subscribe if you haven't already. I so appreciate you, Lisa. I feel like it's something to do with childhood, with family, with, are you a counselor? A psychologist? Or is that something that interests you? Okay, so this is a leap, but justice. So there's, if I can remember what it's called, there is a line of work. I don't know if it's volunteer or if you get paid for it, but it's guardian ad litem. And what those people do is they go to court on behalf of children and families, and they're kind of the guardian of the child or the minor or whatever person needs the help. They watch out for them. So with the Five of Cups, and the Ten of Cups and justice, I would think maybe look at that. Is that something that, I feel like it's definitely a family or a child driven thing. And the guardian ad litem might be something you should look at. Okay, so Crystal. Oh, 80s, you're a father trying to get your family back. Well, that speaks a lot. Then I would take this to the highest authorities. I would go to court, get whatever it is that you need to get your family back. That makes a lot of sense. So, and it could be, your own child that needs to be advocated for. Okay. Where was I? Crystal, right? Okay. Do you have a specific question or you just want a general reading? Will you tell me what are 80s, baby? You're very, very welcome. Good luck. I wish you every success with this. Crystal, will you tell me what are the next action for me? Is that your question? Okay. What's Ken's next actions toward me? Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Thank you. Okay, so what is Ken going to do next? Is that what we're looking at? So I think Ken is holding something over you that isn't the best thing for you. And let's see what else. Okay. Don't get mad at me. So I think that Ken does not have your best interests at heart. I think that it might be time for a new situation, a new way to ground yourself, a new way to be with. I love this gate, right? Just walk through the gate and move on with the whole new life. And then the world, which is you can do and have and be whatever it is that you want. And you don't need Ken for it, right? Let's just see what else the cards say. What's Ken doing? It's the Hierophant again. Okay, so I feel like we just keep pulling the same cards. So the Hierophant, tradition, is Ken a traditional relationship for you? Like a husband or a wife or a significant partner? And then I feel like doing the work, honing your craft, honing your skills is going to be best for you to create he's a crush. I don't love him for you. I'm sorry. Let me ask. Okay. Is Ken good for Crystal? Okay. This to me is somebody trying to get away with something. This is somebody's on the down low. Somebody's not being above board. A little miserly, whether it's with their money or their affection or. And then it might be time for a new idea, a new way of a new thought process around this. right? What do you think? I love a good crush, though. Crushes are fun. Okay, does that make sense, Crystal? Are you getting those vibes from Ken, or? Yeah, okay. You're very welcome. I wish you the best of luck with it. I wish everybody the best of luck. If we have any more questions, I have time for about one more. And then we're going to close it up. And again, please subscribe and join the mailing list. I'm going to put the link to the mailing list if you're interested in the Trello board, the Be Do Have board, or any of the other things that I talked about. You can sign up for the newsletter and you'll get all the information you need from there. I'm going to add it as soon as we're done here. So give it a couple of minutes after we close it out. Okay, so I want to thank everyone for being here. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming. I really appreciate your time. And I hope that what I've said has been helpful. And again, we're not going to be here next week. We're going to be at StarCon, but we're going to do some other things. 80s Babe, you subbed. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you to everyone. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I will see you next time.